Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are building up some resources, and I want to try to found that... Ooh, oil in Veracruz. That's exciting. I want to try to found that, that food company again, because I'm going to get a little extra birth rate. Looks like productivity is pretty okay in our food industries in Toledo, so we'll go ahead and build those up, and then we'll nationalize them, and then... that'll get us all the food industries we need in order to found the company we're trying to found. And that will be nice. Let me actually take a look and see if they're nationally owned already. No, looks like they are owned by private citizens. Let me see. That's right. It's going to cost 600k. That's fine. It's going to cost us a little money, but not too much. And then once this gets done, that'll be good to go. And we'll make ourselves that company. Hanover's got pretty high taxes. Pretty high taxes and pretty low population. Although I guess standards of living are pretty rough in these countries. Yeah, these states are all having population crises. They can't, spiraling low standards of living leads to, low population growth. Oh, we have a communist agitator. Interesting. Very interesting. 6 more weeks on that. We're building up Japan now. I can decrease the autonomy of Bremen decisions, but these are just like... Ooh, I could do a skyscraper site, actually. Well, that requires me to throw a bunch more bureaucracy in there. And, in fact, I'm low on bureaucracy right now, so... Legislation imposed in the Mexican Empire refused. They refused to start our demand that they enact racial segregation. The ambassador returns, bearing news of the rejection. They chose pride over progress, he reports. The silence that follows lies heavy in the council chamber. How ought we to react to such insubordination? Well, why don't we impose... Oh, I can't. Well, we'll deal with that later. Let me see. Waldeck radical revolt. I can safely ignore this. Oh my. What is going on here? There's a reactionary revolt in Albania. Alright, we'll just send the expeditionary force. Nothing to really worry about there. I am low on bureaucracy. For some reason, my taxation capacity shortages are not showing at the bottom of the thing here. But I've got some in Valencia and some in Navarra. So we'll just go ahead and build up bureaucratic capacity in these states. I'm going to build 2, and then in Valencia I'm going to build 4. I think that should give me plenty of bureaucracy to play with, I would say. We'll get that going a little faster. And there's flamethrowers. Beautiful. We'll just go ahead and activate flamethrowing on all of my armies. We'll do the cars method as well. This is just going to make these armies a lot more effective overall. Obviously, that's completely torpedoed the organization of this force, but this force comparison is solid enough that I'm not really worried. Alright, so that's the food industries finished. Let's go ahead and found that company. Should be in here. Here we go. 18.3 productivity. I bet I can get there. And what do we need to be at in order to be increasing in productivity? We only need to be a little bit... There we go. Excellent. Alright. The increase in throughput has made these companies much more productive. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, I need more electrics industries. Goodness. Where do I have electric industries running? Oop. I need to... Oh, I got another barracks method. I wasn't even paying attention. Alright. Is sort by type the default? Yes, sort by type is the default. Okay. Electrics industries. Here. We're mostly running in Toledo and Navarra. Toledo does have the capacity to flex upward, so we'll leave that be for now. Yeah, and some of these are expanding as well. Yeah, here we go. So that should be increasing the supply here. And let me just make sure that our groceries are... Yep, groceries are moderately expensive. Liquor is pretty affordable. Can't really export more of it at the moment, though. So that's fine. And we got plenty of bureaucracy here to play with. How is organization? Organization is getting up to the point where the army is being able to be functional. So we'll continue to do that. Alright, and as we build up ownership of industry in Japan, I'm hoping that this leads to increased leverage. Let's continue to do that. I know I've kind of abandoned my sort of plan of keeping Iberian money in Iberia, but this just seems... 2 arms. This just seems like a reasonable way to go and thing to do with this whole thing. I want to get Japan into my freaking... my block, gosh darn it. And I don't want to have to fight them about it. Looks like China is losing this war against Russia, which is a shame for them. Alright, and a lot of these are in queue already. I'm just going to throw everything fast up to the top so that it gets done real fast. Then we can let everything else be below. Put the paper mills at the top as well. They're a little bit slower than all this other stuff, but it is what it is. Nice. Excellent. Again, the goal is to build up ownership over there so that I can have them be... so that I can increase the integration of our economies, and that'll make my... Wow, offense here is rubbish. It's because of my low organization. Oh, that's morale. That's not organization, that's morale. Tell that to the Hearts of Iron 3 players. Oh man, that's a deep cut. I can't even honestly say real ones will understand, because whoa, that cut is deep. Alright, I think I want to increase the size of my fleets here. Let's throw a few more scout cruisers in here. We'll do an additional, I think, 15 of each ship type here. Oop. And then the Dragon of the Trenches. Although a situational weapon, the flamethrower is proving effective in the Albanian Reactionary Revolt versus Albania war as support in close-range trench warfare. We humans may lord our mastery of fire over the lesser creatures, but there is no starker reminder of how much of a fearful animal still lives in a man's heart than seeing fire fill the ditch he's hiding in. Few die from the flames, many die trying to escape them. It should strike fear into the hearts of our enemies, extra morale damage, or it should be deployed where it can more efficiently flush out soldiers, extra kill rate. I'm going to go with morale damage. Morale damage wins battles, and getting the enemy down to a point where they're not interested in fighting anymore is how wars are won. We'll throw... That was 10. That's fine. Actually, I'm going to reduce the increase in the size of the ones in Eastern Andalusia. Oh my gosh, I can't... Never mind. It's fine. It's fine. I've got far more than 10 more of scout cruisers than I do of battleships anyway, so it'll be fine. Alright, and then we'll do the same with the second Iberian fleet. Let's do 10 and... Let's do 15 and 10. Actually, don't have any Asturias. 10 here. An additional 5 in Valencia. And then for battleships, we'll do 5 in Valencia, 5 in Western Andalusia. And that will be a delightful little expansion. Naval expansion. And we'll throw those up at the top eventually as we plan our next round of expansion of Japanese industry. The Albanian War is finished, and our forces are already on the way to the northern front of the United Baltic Provinces War. Yes, there's another war going on in the United Baltic Provinces, but I'm not too concerned about it, to be completely honest. We're still having shortages of electricity in Toledo, Castile, and Eastern Andalusia, so let's take a quick look at those. First, are the power plants producing? The power plants are producing. The prices, they need 2 more levels. Toledo and Castile. Alright. The capital regions. Wow. We need 6 more levels? 7 more levels. Okay. And Castile, we need another... Looks like 9 more levels. And I'm going to put those at the top of the queue because that's... Because maintaining electrification of the homeland is of critical importance. I'm going to finish out these 4 factories in Japan just to quickly get those done. Huh. Wasn't really paying attention to what was going on in Dharampur, but I'm glad they sorted themselves out. Marissa, is there any way we can be better friends? Could form an alliance. Could get a power block embassy. We've already got a defensive pact. We guarantee their independence. See if I can get that into power block territory. They're at minus 30 for obligation for power block embassy, but maybe as things go on. Maybe if we turn this into an alliance. I'm going to turn our defensive pact into an alliance. Excellent. We're still at no for power block embassy, but that's okay. Alright, so there's the Baltic Reactionary Revolt. Again, I don't anticipate much difficulty here whatsoever. You got the North. They're in default. The battle is going quite well. So I'm feeling extremely confident in my ability to get it done. Power plants are going just fine. I'm actually going to throw a few more of these factories in Japan over there. I don't need another mandate. Mutual investment rights, no thank you. I don't see a lot of value in investing in Austria, personally. Personally, I just don't see a lot of value in investing there. It seems we've leveled out on this whole investment in Japan thing, so I might switch over to investing in Orissa. Orissa seems rock solid. How's their market looking? We've got a lot of things... Well, there's not a... Okay, no, there are things we could potentially build up. Explosives, ironclads, motors. Ooh, their motor industry drastically needs expansion. Yeah. Very interesting business opportunities. Alright, United Baltic Provinces has sorted itself out. The hedge backs down. I wonder why I'm getting these backs down notifications. Let me see. This one I can safely leave. This one is Paraguay versus a Guarani uprising. Interesting. I can't do anything about that, but it's interesting. Was I trying to get Brazil into this thing? I think I was. What if I get a power block embassy? Excellent. And what are you? You're a Oaxacan uprising in Mexico. That's right. Okay, while this is happening, go to cultural exclusion. They deferred enacting it. Well, let's hope they enact it. This is peak, what's the phrase? What's the phrase? Heck is happening? Oh, the private construction pool took more of the stuff. I'm like, why did our costs dip? It's because the private construction pool took more of the things. Or maybe it was just temporary. Yep. All right, they're doing it. So this is peak, what's referred to as kill the reformer, implement the reform. I am fighting a war against these rebels, but Mexico is now enacting the reform that I demanded. And here's hoping that calms down the rebellions. I think I do want to finish the rest of the industrial investments in Japan that I planned. But let's take a look at what's productive in Orissa. Starting with some of our most populous areas. Yeah, there's plenty of labor available here in Bihar. Let's see. What are good productive industries? Nice. Hyderabad. Plenty of labor available here. Oop, nope, that's not good. Never mind. Those aren't smart. Where are their engine industries? Ooh, Maharashtra is a very productive location. Actually, we'll throw a bunch of industry in here. But the engines. Where are you making your engines? Where are your motor industries? Show me your secrets. Ah, they're here. And to support that, we'll build up the steel industry here. Oh, I don't need that many. In fact, maybe 20 levels is too many. We'll do 10 and 5. And then we'll build up 5 levels of iron mines as well, just to support that. That'll be good. That's plenty of investments in Orissa for now. This war is about to kick off. War happening in the Nezhid. I can safely ignore that. Ooh, big war in Germany. North German Federation is going after Saxony and Hesse from, let's see, Schwarzburg, just here. And the Austrians are fighting them. So, last time Germany happened and I didn't fight them, it was a bad mistake. So why don't we... Let me see, am I still getting war reparations from the North German Federation for the last war? Doesn't look like it. So... could liberate the Netherlands. What if I transfer the Netherlands? No, they won't do it. What if I... Is this too much? I think I want to do it. What's Austria's goal here? Austria's goal is they want to steal... Oh, no. Yes. Okay. Waldeck wants Rhineland and Bavaria. How curious. Oh, no. Austria wants Bavaria. Well, that's not ideal either. But I think Austria is the better candidate for my support here as we're doing right now. So, yeah. What are the chances that actually, before I look at this, Britain is very likely to side with Germany. I may sit this one out and just let the Germans shoot it out amidst one another, because I don't want to necessarily wind up on the other side of Britain in some kind of situation. There's always a situation going on in Europe, and I just don't want to find myself stuck in one. Safely ignore this thing happening in Persia. Junadag. You need a hand with this? Doesn't look like you do. Alright, USA is bailed out. Alright. Or no, USA hasn't bailed out, but Britain's bailed out. Alright. Does anyone else look like they're going to side with Germany? Doesn't appear so. So, let's talk about... Let's liberate the Netherlands. This will goof up the economies of central Germany. Let's mess up the Netherlands. This would be obnoxious. Alright. Sorry. Let's get real here. Liberate the Netherlands. Let's do it. Before we do this, I should mobilize all my armies, and actually I'm going to raise the conscripts in the Royal Guard. Waldeck has accepted our support. Very good. We'll send them over here. And the Expeditionary Force is still fighting in Oaxaca. If I break them off... What does that do to the force comparison over here? Looks like it's mostly fine, so I think the Mexican army can handle that. Now, do I need to do a mass mobilization? I think the answer is actually yes. So, we'll raise the rest of our conscripts, and over time, we'll bring more units in as these armies get properly conscripted. So we're bringing in 60 battalions. It's not too many, but it's a useful number. Alright, how's the war going against the Oaxacan Uprising? Looks like it's going just fine. Obviously, cash flow is rough, and it's going to continue to be a problem as things go. Let's go ahead and put the Iberian Royal Armada over here. We'll put the 2nd Iberian Fleet, which is currently where? Oh, it's over in Japan. Alright, that's fine. We'll put them here as well. And I think... Beautiful. I think at this stage we throw the naval bases at the top of the queue so that they can start hiring. There are just an acre of these. Beautiful. And did I do it right? Yes, I did. Excellent. I'm just going to throw the few things that are nearly completely built at the top here. Particularly that power plant, because I want to get that power plant built, and then all will be well. Royal Guard, stop goofing up your ratios. Stop goofing up your ratios. You know, you don't need that. North German Federation's always damaging nations. They don't care about relations. They don't care about relations one bit. Oh my gosh, we're winning on offense. That's excellent. Obviously, all these export routes goofing themselves have made the thing difficult. Ooh, no, we're short on leadership. Alright. Let's see, you're an innovative defensive strategist. You guys are both authoritarians. Gosh darn it. Alright. Get in here. Someone good? Someone good? Oh, you're a moderate associated with the armed forces. You're gonna get heckin' promotions, man. What about you? You're also... Both of you are generals, and you two new squirts, you're... Stop being authoritarians. The army isn't political. You're political. Stop trying to make the army political. Alright. What if I naval invaded the Netherlands? Would that be fun? I think it would be at least a little bit fun. But I don't want to get too silly here. Getting too silly is the bane of empires. Sure. I'll take military assistance. I like having lower military costs. Heck yes. Alright, as you can see, we're getting our naval bases built real fast. Hopefully that'll be good. I swear, your standard of living spikes every time we're in a war. Just by a little bit. Just a bit. Where are our convoys getting sunk? Central Mediterranean? Oh my gosh, is that the only fleet they have? Hey, they're stormtroopers. Wonderful. That's actually increased our force comparison by a lot. How many fleets? They have 4 flotillas. This is ridiculous. The Dutch have more fleets than the Germans. That's bananas. 2nd Iberian Fleet. Go to the Baltic and shoot at enemy boats. That's the real goal here. We got to shoot at enemy boats. If we can shoot at enemy boats, we can win the day. And by win the day, I mean Just keep our force comparison rock solid. Actually, this is looking real good. This battle is going real well, and our... no! 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 Oh, I called it too soon. No, stop being stuck in the mud. Yes! Yes, be aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Is that even still... Does anyone remember that meme? Or am I just barking up a tree that no one even knew was there? Gosh, this battle is ginormous. I hope we're able to get this one going, because if we can get this one going rock solid, we can really win. Although I will say this, it feels like the goal is actually to get Brandenburg. Because once we got Brandenburg, oh my gosh, we're doing so much damage to them. Actually, this force comparison is doing so much better. So this is what happens when you get squad infantry, right? You wind up in a situation where you're so much better than your enemy at a lot of things that, oh my gosh, this false democracy event. Agrarian Pulido has issued a condemnation of the Iberian electoral system, endorsing abstention from voting in what he calls a sham put on to placate the people. In a dictatorship of the reactionary, of the rich and the powerful, obscured from the view of the people by a facade of democracy, the best thing one may do is demonstrate the futility of such a guise so that the people may be spurred into action regardless of concession. Bro, it's not going to work. Look at the number of loyalists we have. Almost over a quarter of the country is loyalists at this point. Guy, it's not going to work. It's just not going to. The government must know that we see through their system, reduce legitimacy... Extra momentum for the Progressive Party, reduce momentum for the Catholic Party. I don't hate that. 2% of rural folk pops become more radical. Discrediting the system is the next step towards revolution. Less of a penalty to legitimacy. A lot more radicals in the rural folk. Same reduction in the momentum for the Catholic Party, but more momentum for the Social Democratic Party. Or their supporters aren't voting, ours certainly are. A lot more momentum for the Social Democrats. That's interesting. Where's our election? So the parties are... Okay, Social Democrats are down here. Progressives have all built up together. Let's throw more momentum the way of... Let's throw more momentum in the way of the Social Democrats. I feel like the Social Democrats could actually form a pretty large bloc if allowed to. Although they are projected to lose a lot of votes. But partially that's just because of the momentum of the other parties. If we can get the Progressives into a solid government... Yeah, because the trade unions are part of the Social Democrats in actuality. Alright. I'm really liking this this trend in war support. Let's keep it going. Luxembourgian proletarian revolt. I can safely ignore that. Belgium, you can handle that stuff, right? This is another thing going on in Orissa. Okay. I can safely ignore that. This is Wadai. I can ignore that. Although it would be fun to bring Ethiopia into my block. I should look at the possibility of that once I'm not in the midst of a major war already. So now the question is, do I stop building? And I think the answer is yes. Just for the moment. We'll allow our investment pool to take over the construction, and that'll save us a pile of cash, which we can spend on our delightful war effort here. It's not really going to be spent on the war effort. It's really going to be spent... It's really just going to be not spent while we don't... while we don't build up government debt. Wow, this force comparison is really... I can't believe this. We're destroying the North German Federation. The grand plan pays off. Eugenio de Almada, the methodical leader of the industrialists, has been studiously working behind the scenes for some time now, and at last all his work has paid off for the industrialists and for Iberia. The man is so pleased with his acts that he looks like he's about to burst into flames from contained emotion. How charming. Professionally speaking, though, not the most clever move. Yes, just as planned. The industrialists shall reap the rewards, extra momentum for the progressives, or Iberia shall reap the rewards, reduce loan interest rate, increase gold reserve limit. I'm actually going to throw that momentum by way of the in the way of the progressives, because I think if they can form a majority, will be solid, and the rural folk will just have to tolerate not being in the government for the time being. As you can see, we're fighting a lot of small battles here, but I think we've so thoroughly attrited the enemy that we're actually pushing forward on all fronts, and this war is going to finish out pretty quickly. Waldeck is in default. Waldeck! My friends. 1.16 million, that's nothing. They said no. Okay, sure. Production and agitation. In collaboration with the Catholic Party, Matteo Salaveria has secured a deal for cheap and quickly distributed pamphlets in support of the party. The interior of the carriage held a pleasant surprise, a crate of several thousand pamphlets, printed on an industrial scale, each with instructions on the voting process and a cheaply copied logo of the Catholic Party. They made a hefty weight, and he hoped would turn out to be an equally sized benefit. Bury our opponents in a sea of paper, 20% momentum, or these connections can be used later, 10% momentum, he becomes ambitious. I'm going to do the second one. I don't necessarily want to throw much momentum by way of the Catholics right now. Waldeck, 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 Waldeck. I already offered to take on your debt. Why won't you do it? Why won't you do it? Beautiful. Let's be better friends. Oil Hanover. Oh my goodness. I don't love this number. I don't love that number one bit. Hopefully we'll soon have control of the state of Brandenburg, which will allow... Yeah, we got 75% control there. So, if we're able to move forward on that, we can get them down in war support. I'm actually going to throw in a few more armies, just to make sure that I've got coverage in case we experience more front breakup. Which, if we take Brandenburg, I think we will, because we'll have a small front here in Adhouse. Alright, there's the election. Let's go ahead and see what the possibilities look like. I can get a reasonably solid government by pushing both the current parties out, so let's do it. Contested government. We've got a feminist in the situation here. So let's go ahead and pass on the suffrage. Landowners are going to be mad. Rural folk are going to be mad. Why are the rural folk going to be mad? Who's running? Well, they're gone. They're out of here. They got a traditionalist, but they're gone. Catholic Church, what about you? What's going to change for you? Catholic Church are going to be very mad. Let's do it. I can suffer it. This is going to make my reactionary movement a lot stronger. But I still think I can make it happen. Ooh, 56% stall chance. I might not be able to make it happen, friends. Iberian Expeditionary Force needs another leader. Let me see, we got a traditionalist commander. Here, Second Iberian Fleet needs another leader. Let's go with this fleet commander. Wow, I am really spending a huge pile of cash on this war, I must say. Electric arc process for steel mills. That's fun. Gosh, we sure have full hold on all of our fronts. Alright, so it looks like they are now losing war support at a rate of 9 per week. So that's basically the end of the war in sight. Oh my goodness. Waldeck added a bunch more conditions. Oh my goodness, we're balkanizing Germany right now. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Then let's not go to Germany. Tis a silly place. Oh, this is going to be very bad for Germany, I've just realized. Oh my goodness, we're having another revolt right in the middle of the, right in the middle of the major war, we're having another revolt. Ah, I hate that. I hate that. Stop that. Stop doing that. Alright, well, hopefully, it's not, we don't have actually that much longer in this war, so maybe, if we get another one after this, I'll just have to demobilize all the lads. And that'll be a pain, but it is what it is. Julio de Braganza has died. And that means the Interior Defense Force needs another leader. Let's get... I'm just going to give a promotion to this guy. Beautiful. Alright, so what are the outcomes of this? Waldeck has become large. Waldeck has gotten Rhineland, North Rhine, and Ruhr. Netherlands have become independent now, obviously. I don't know why you're mad at me, Netherlands. I just liberated you. Netherlands, I just liberated you. And Austria has gotten a hold of Bavaria. So yeah, what a delightful situation we're in here. And I'm just gonna wait, because I'm hoping to just win this war, and then I won't have to forcibly demobilize all these guys and get the 4 months of Garbo. Swiss feminist revolt. Based. I'm not gonna help them, but rad. North German Federation is improving relations. Haha. Yes, you were damaging relations with me 2 weeks ago, but that was because of the war. Where's this event? Fringe group violence. Violence by a small group within the suffragist movement is threatening to turn the general population against it. Violence and mayhem is their trade, and if we let them keep plying it, it's going to do more harm to the cause than good. We cannot stand idly by and let this happen. Nothing to be done, reduce enactment chance, or we need to shut this down, reduce authority. I'll take the authority hit. I don't need more authority. Oh, my authority is really borked. Ooh, this is not great. This is not great, actually. I need to cut some consumption taxes. Well, let's do that. Clothes is the obvious candidate. Fruit is next. Alright. There we go. That's that problem solved. Now, if I can just get this this Bremian feminist revolt done, you can have feminism in Switzerland, but nowhere I live. No, only the homeland can have women's suffrage. Women immigrate to the homeland. That's definitely the way things work, right? That's definitely a sensible policy with no potential for problems. Again, not a mechanic in the game, but just very funny theoretical idea. Hey, military. All right, let's get a record for fastest war. Nice. Do not at me, war of... I know there's some war that famously went really, really fast. It was like a 45-minute thing. Oh, I'm trying to remember the name of it. I think it happened in Sri Lanka. Anyway, that is actually all we've got time for this episode, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you on the other side.